5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Heart Failure Complex, the confluence of clinicians and researchers in heart failure. This is the curtain raiser for the annual conference of the Heart Failure Association of India, HFAI Virtual 2021. In the first session, we have the abstract award session, where we have a good number of abstracts. Out of them, we have selected the best 5 for the award session, and the rest of them are being presented as the poster. So the judges for the session are Dr. C.C. Karta, Dr. Ajay Bahal, and Dr. K. Venugopal. Each presenter will have 7 minutes of presentation, and 3 minutes will be the question answer session. And time also is very important. To maintaining time is also very important in the assessment. So with this introduction, I hand over the proceedings to the 3 judges. Sirs, please take over. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening to all the presenters, and we wish you best of luck. May you have a very good presentation. Can we have the first presentation? Now, Karta, do you want to say anything?
No, I can't see the.
Okay.
It's just coming on, sir.
Yeah.
Can all the judges see it clearly, sir?
Yes, it's clear.
Dr.
Your
Karta?
voice is also
Yeah.
clear. Voice is also clear. Hello? Am I
Yeah,
audible?
you can
Yes.
start, Alan.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Santitis. I'm presenting my recent work from our laboratory on discordant domain receptor 2, a collagen receptor tyrosine kinase in cardiofibrosis, which we believe would emerge as a potential drug target in heart failure management. Heart failure is characterized by interstitial fibrosis, chamber remodeling, and reduced ventricular compliance. Cardiofibrosis, which are the principal cells of cardiac stroma, are primarily involved in ECM homeostasis, electrical conduction, and paracrine signaling on the one hand, but on the other, contribute significantly to the progression of heart failure following myocardial damage. In the setting of myocardial injury, quiescent fibroblasts undergo phenotypic transformation in influence of various cytokines to myofibroblasts, which are alpha SMA positive. They infiltrate the site of injury, proliferate and produce matrix components, and aid in wound repair. However, fronts can turn prone. Myofibroblasts, unlike the other tissue which undergo apoptosis and removal from the bone, myofibroblasts in the heart resist apoptosis and persist in the scar, causing excessive fibrous tissue formation. Therefore, this aspect of apoptosis resistance is the factor which is responsible for heart failure due to persistence in the heart and excessive collagen deposition. The distinct attributes of cardiofibrosis that are key to their role in tissue repair, in tissue response to injury, are phenotypic transformation, proliferation, collagen production, and apoptosis resistance. In this regard, discordant domain receptor 2, a novel collagen receptor tyrosine kinase, which is localized predominantly in the heart, we have studied this molecule and found that DDR2 has a critical role in the regulation of phenotypic transformation and collagen production in cardiac fibrosis. The objective of my study was to examine the role of DDR2 in apoptosis resistance and proliferation in cardiac fibrosis, the results of which were published in American Journal of Physiology, Heart and Circulatory Physiology recently. Nephrology. We have isolated cardiofibrosis from Sprague-Dawley rats, male, 2 to 3 month old, and cultured them and used them at passages 2 to 3, and looked for apoptosis resistance by treatment with angiotensin 2 or H2O2, and looked at proliferation using mitogen, using fetal carb serum 10% as mitogen. They used standard molecular biology techniques for the analysis of gene expression and chromatin immunopreservation assay. Results. We found that BDR2 promotes cardiofibrillary survival by induction of anti-apoptotic IAP2 protein. Both knockdown was found to abrogate the expression, and in overexpression, IAP2 was enhanced in the cells. And in S2O2 challenge cells, removal of BDR2 led to apoptosis in the cells, showing that antigens 2 led to BDR2 increase, which led to increase in IAP2 expression and apoptosis resistance. We worked out the mechanisms underlying BDR2 dependent IAP2 expression and found that oxidative stress led to angiotensin 2 production in cardiac fibrillars, which led to BDR2 enhancement and activation, which downstream activated the ERK1/2 MAPK, and downstream of that, the serum response factor was activated, leading to its binding to the promoter region of IAP2, which led to the increase in DAP2 gene expression and conferred apoptosis resistance. Further, we have also found that BDR2 promotes cardiac fibrillary hyperplasia. In the knockdown of BDR2 in mitogen stimulated cells, we found the cells were arrested at G1 phase. However, in the overexpression of BDR2 in serum deprived cells enhanced the G1S transition, which was also associated with decrease in BCNA levels upon BDR2 knockdown and increase in BCNA levels upon BDR2 overexpression. Further, the mechanisms underlying the BDR2 dependent proliferation was elucidated, and we found that it is through the inhibition of an expression of P27, a cell cycle inhibitor, via two mechanisms which involve the transcriptional and post-translational degradation of P27. Further, ex vivo correlation studies showed that the expression levels of BDR2 positively correlate with the levels of IAP2, BCNA in the cardiac fibrillars isolated from spontaneously hypertensive rats. Further, inhibition of BDR2 activation using a chemical known as WRG28 induced apoptosis resistance and cell cycle arrest in cardiac fibrillars. Here we found that the activation of BDR2 was downregulated upon the treatment with WRG28, along with the loss of activity of ERK1/2 MAPK. Further, the removal of activity of BDR2 with the WRG28 led to the downregulation of IAP2, which led to the activation of cascades, which means there is apoptosis happening. Further, there is also decrease in the levels of BCNA and increase in the inhibitor P27. To summarize, my study have shown that collagen type 1 dependent activation of BDR2 has an obligate role in cell survival and G1S transition, which is proliferation in cardiac fibrillars. To conclude, my findings in tandem with the recent data from our laboratory place phenotypic transformation, collagen expression, proliferation, and apoptosis resistance within a single framework, mechanistic framework of interdependent processes under the regulatory control of BDR2 in cardiac fibrillars. Also, ex vivo correlation studies in spontaneous hypertensive rat and in vivo correlation studies in rhesus monkey metabolic syndrome model shows us that BDR2 could be a potential drug target. More importantly, the predominant localization of BDR2 in fibrillars and its regulatory role in cardiofibrillar function identify it as a potential drug target in the control of cardiac fibrosis. The future work involves in vivo validation in a coronary artery ligation model of MI using the specific inhibitor of DDR2. So the question is DDR2 a potential drug target that could be targeted in cardiac fibrillars for heart failure management? I acknowledge all the people who have helped me in doing this work, and thank you all for listening. And now I can take questions.
Sir, you are muted.
Karta?
Dr. When are you asking any questions, sir?
No, you can. I would have one question. That is, he said that it is a potential drug target. But already when fibrosis already occurred, your drug, this is inhibition would prevent fibrosis, isn't it? Once fibrosis has occurred, it is very difficult to, it's almost irreversible. So where will you place the drug target that you're developing. It has to be before the onset of fibrosis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that too, we cannot target DDR2 at the stage of wound repair because that would impair the wound repair process. But the inhibition of DDR2 should happen post the repair phase, where before the starting of the fibrosis phase. That is the time point at which we have to target DDR2 to reduce fibrotic remodeling in the heart.
Yeah. Another thing was that you said that angiotensin receptors,
Ah.
they were the ones who stimulate DDR2, isn't it?
Ah.
Yeah. So you have already drugs like ACE inhibitors and ARBs in our practice. So is there a need for an additional drug? Again,
That is
from layman's viewpoint, yeah.
So the idea is that angiotensin, like general inhibitors, would have adverse effects because angiotensin as such is required per cell in maintenance of the blood tension and normal physiological function is required. However, for targeting as part of specific targeting inside the cardiac fibroblasts, which are responsible for the disease progression, you can target DDR2 because it is in the heart. DDR2 is predominantly localized in the cardiac fibroblasts. So this could be a specific target to reduce fibrosis, rather than using something which is a common, commonly which couldn't be a target in a specific manner. Angiotensin is widely has role in various many other things, but so for that reason it could have adverse effect. But if you target DDR2, which is specifically on cardiac fibroblasts, that would have a potential therapeutic effect.
Just one question: is DDR2 there on other fibroblasts in the rest of the organ systems also? Or is it?
It is found in all cells of mesenchymal origin. While you have wound healing response in the skin, also there is fibroblasts, and they also have DDR2, which is helping in the wound repair process. But the main idea that we have or we thought about is that only in the stages where you have wound repair process, DDR2 gets activated. And that at that stage, if you have myocardial injury, you can target it at that stage.
Dr. Kartha?
Kartha sir, any questions?
Kartha, any questions?
What's your model? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alan?
Yes.
You know, your in vitro model, is it more akin to a reparative fibrosis or a reactive fibrosis?
So the model which I have used is both angiotensin as a model, which is reactive fibrosis, which has a role in reactive fibrosis, and the H2O2 that I have used is as a stress model, and we have found that H2O2 enhances the production of angiotensin 2 in the cardiac fibroblast. So H2O2 was used as a stress model so that cells it would induce apoptosis in the cells, and we found that H2O2 does not kill the cell when DDR2 is activated, and the removal of DDR2 in stress conditions would lead the cells to apoptosis. And angiotensin leads to the reactive fibrosis in the heart.
Have you explored whether there are any compounds that would selectively interfere with your receptor?
The DDR2 receptor.
Already known drugs, like for example, already drugs which are used, ACE inhibitors and things like that, which will have any effect on this receptor?
On the expression of DDR2. So yes, so this like it is also in tandem with the previous results which show that inhibition of action of angiotensin 2 has beneficial effects on protecting the heart, and also like if you target angiotensin 2, that is going to be targeted everywhere. But if you look at something which is specific in the heart, in the cardiac fibroblasts, which are responsible for the adverse fibrotic reaction, that would be DDR2 would be the target. So that is the reason why we've looked at that. And we have looked at a molecule known as WRG28, which is an allosteric inhibitor of DDR2, which has been previously reported in reducing tumorogenic activity in cells. And this one reduces the collagen type 1 interaction with DDR. This
So can we
WRT.
move forward?
We
Can
have
we move forward?
already-
There is no, yeah.
I think already we are overshot the time, I think. Thank you
So I
very much.
request the candidates to be specific in their answers and short.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can move to the next
Next.
speaker.
Dr. Bona, you can start sharing, please.